This is a video I have been wanting to make for about a week or so since I got a few new ideas. I apologize for this mess around me and the whole wall over there. This is my I don't know. I wouldn't really call it my apartment anymore. It's more of a computer workshop that I have a bed in versus a apartment that I work on computers in. Anyway, though, so I had a few new ideas that I was hoping that my existing very small subscriber base slash viewers. I'm guessing I have more regular viewers than the subscribers recommend. I don't think. Darn, I got an itch. I don't think I don't think the majority of people that watch regularly my stuff actually click the subscribe button, and that's honestly totally cool. But I'm hoping to change a little bit of that this year with again a few ideas I had. So one of the things obviously I know people are constantly asking, test this game, test that game. I am working to add some new games. People have started seeing Far Cry 5 demos show up, obviously. I've got several new, reasonably hot titles that I think people are going to want to start seeing demos on, but that's one thing I'm working on. Another idea I had was, and I'm guessing this will be popular, I want to start doing hardware giveaways. I had 3 different ideas on that as far as how to handle it. I do want to give away a machine for a certain number of subscribers. So, maybe when we hit 100, I'll give away a machine as kind of just a, first 100 milestone. And then maybe 500, I'll give away a machine. I don't know. I guess it'll depend on if this starts speeding up. If it doesn't start speeding up, then I'll probably do it for every 100. If it starts speeding up, then I'll leave it as is. That was an idea I had. It's not going to be, at least, except in the off chance that ad revenue starts being made, which, I mean, I'm so far away from that as far as what I'm doing here on YouTube that I haven't really given a lot of thought. Barring that from ever occurring, it's not going to be high-end giveaways. It's going to be, I'm looking at probably targeting building for the giveaways machines that will do, say, Fortnite, low settings, 1080p resolution, 60 FPS. If you can hit that, typically the game will look good and it will be enjoyable. Anything short of that I find not enjoyable and kind of pointless. But because of the annoyingly high system requirements for Fortnite, if you can do that, if you can run Fortnite at 1080p, 60 FPS, low settings, most games out there are going to run on that machine and be playable. Not gorgeous. I mean, you don't have to hit, on a Crysis type game, for example, you don't have to hit high settings, 1080p, 60 FPS, for the game to be enjoyable. Low settings, 1080p, 60 FPS is perfectly acceptable. In fact, some of these older games even look good at quite a bit lower than 60 FPS. I've seen Crysis, like the original, look good at like 30 FPS, which I think was what they were targeting anyway. Some games need 60, some need 30 in my experience. Depends on the game. Real-time strategy games, for example, I've seen look good at sub 20 FPS, depending on how picky you are. But that's an idea. Another idea I had was either cheap or free giveaways of, so cheap being, $20, $30 shipping, something like that. For those of you who want to learn how to build machines, but you don't have parts you can experiment with, I have quite a bit and have access to quite a bit of parts from several generations old, Core 2 Duo stuff, even some Core i stuff. I mean, not everything I receive is really sellable easily on the open market, and if something isn't worth a certain minimum amount, I'm not going to put the effort in, because it takes me a certain amount of time. The machines that you see on here, both the demos as well as the actual build videos, I mean, those take a lot of time to build, and so if they're not going to be worth a certain minimum amount of money, I don't even bother. So sometimes I'll go out and I'll pick up, like for example, the other day, I picked up a Core 2 Quad Q9300 with 8 gigs of RAM and a GTX, or wasn't GTX, but the 9800 GTX video card. Some of those parts will be useful. I might be able to eBay the board and the board chip and RAM, but that video card, in fact, I have it right here. It's an old 9800 GTX Plus, which is kind of cool because it's the version that only needs one PCIe. Still getting used to the camera being in reverse here. But I get stuff like that all the time that usually works just fine. And that you know, you put that card in a system, I mean, you're not going to be running anything new, but I mean, Crysis 1, Crysis 2, old Battlefield games, stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe for people who want to learn how to build systems, doing either free or, like I said, probably free with the caveat of shipping. You know, you got to pay your shipping. And all of this stuff is going to be unwarranted. If I'm going to give it away for basically, you know, shipping cost only, I can't warranty the stuff. So anyone that thinks, you know, I don't want anyone coming on comments asking me, do you have, you know, an i5 2500 with a GTX 780 you can give me? No, I can't give you that stuff. I have to have that stuff to make money with. But if you want some old stuff to play around with, I can definitely help people out on that. I was talking with another user, and he declined just based on whatever reason. But I mean, I've got anyone that saw my my Dell Optiplex 7020 video. I have, or I guess it's a 9020. I received several of those with i7 4790s and 8 gigs of RAM. Those parts are going to be gutted for gaming systems. But that means I have the carcasses of those units. So if somebody wants to pay the 25 or 30 bucks that the carcass of one of those units would cost me to ship pretty much anywhere in the country, I mean, people can have that stuff. I'm not going to waste my time trying to eBay it. I got better things to do. The last idea I had was part giveaways. So I was originally, the last thing I mentioned, you know, like part kits for people that want to learn to build systems, but then also just like stuff like this video card, the 9800 GTX Plus. You know, if I'm thinking maybe having a running list of parts that I have, maybe doing it as a video, maybe just having one video with an updated list. I don't know, but individual parts that I have that I can give away for, you know, again, cost of shipping. I'm not making any money doing this, so I have to at least get shipping cost out of it. Otherwise, people wanting stuff would eventually build up to the point where I wouldn't be able to afford doing it. But I have tons of the stuff laying around. I mean, that's what all of this crap laying around my apartment is. It's good hardware, so I haven't been able to justify getting rid of it. But I mean, it's not really worth hardly anything. So, yeah, comment in the comments if anybody's interested. If that sounds like stuff people would be interested in, let me know. And if you want free stuff, at least do me the decency of clicking subscribe. I mean, come on. If I'm gonna give you free parts, I mean, help me out a little bit here, people. But yeah. So that's my idea, my grand idea for the new year. And again, I hope people find this interesting. Thanks for watching.